Max Dowman joined Arsenal's Hale End Academy at just 4 years old and has rapidly progressed his way through their youth system. At just 15 years old, Dowman is already a part of Arsenal's under-18s and under-21 squad. He was also recently taken out to Dubai to train with the senior squad. The youngster plays in a traditional number 10 role and has already drawn comparisons to Arsenal's captain Martin Ødegaard. Dowman is also an England youth international at under-17s level. After watching various videos and reading numerous scouting reports, it is easy to see why Arsenal think they have their next superstar in Dowman. Although his overall game is outstanding for his age, he has some clear strengths and weaknesses. These include his vision and creativity, as he often displays a high footballing IQ. His dribbling skills are exceptional, often allowing him to beat defenders with ease, and he also shows composure beyond his years. Things that he could improve are his physical development. He plays at an age group above his age and can sometimes lack physicality, and his consistency, which is to be expected at a young age. Thanks to the hard work and dedication of Passion for FM, we can show you what Max Dowman might look like in FM24, and also can give you a sneak peek of what he could look like when FM26 is released later on in the year. Now, if you're the type of manager who likes to scout all the latest Wonderkids and you want to add hundreds of brand new real world Wonderkids to your database, you need to download the Passion for FM Next Gen database. There is a link to that in the description down below. Simply download that database, load it up alongside a brand new save game, and you will have access to hundreds of the latest real world, real life Wonderkids already for you to scout, train and develop. Players such as Max Dowman will be there for you to sign for your teams and see how his career progresses as you move through your save game. Right then, in today's video, I'm going to be taking a look at Max Dowman's career. We're going to move 15 years into the future to see how the player develops. But before we do that, and before we get into the video proper, Arsenal fans, this is your call to action. Go to the comment section and let me know, how good is Max Dowman? I've watched some videos, I have seen some reports, and we have heard the buzz around the player. But I need you to let me know, is he the real deal? How far can he go in his career? And whilst you're there, let me know what you think is going to happen in this FM24 simulation. How good can he become? Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. There are plenty of other potential Wonderkids for Football Manager videos that are going to be released in the future, and there are ones that are on the channel already. Right then, I've tried to recreate the real world as best I can. I've started a save in 2024. That means that Max Dowman is 14 years old. Now, that is a tender age, and we're going to push forward 15 years into his career and see how he develops. Now, obviously, at the tender age of 14, looking at his attributes, there isn't much to write about. To begin with, because of his age, he has a lot of developing to do. Not eligible yet to play in the Premier League, he starts brand new saves as a member of Arsenal's under-18s team. Looking at the attributes though, in the technicals he has standout of long shots and technique. In the mentals he has good aggression, determination, flair, leadership, off the ball and vision. And in the physicals he starts off with good acceleration, natural fitness and pace. Now don't forget, these are just estimations based on what we think he would look like in the current database, and as he's part of the Passion for FM Next Gen database. So that's the player in 2024. We're going to go 15 years into the future to see just how good Max Dowman can become in this FM24 sim. The first checkpoint that we will reach is 5 years into the future. That means it is now 2029. Max Dowman is 19 years old and he's still at Arsenal. He's worked his way up from the under-18s to the under-21s and has now made 2 first-team appearances for Arsenal, both of which would come in the Carabao Cup. Looking at the player himself, he has really started to take big steps forward in his development. In the technicals, the standouts are dribbling, long shots, passing and technique scoring 15. In the mentals, the real standouts there are his flair of 16, off the ball of 16, vision of 16. He also scores highly for work rate and leadership. And in the physicals, he has now really started to adapt to adulthood. As you can see, 15 acceleration, 15 natural fitness, 14 pace and 14 strength. At this point, he has also played 15 times for England's under-21, scoring 1 goal. So that development has really started to accelerate between the ages of 14 and 19. The question is, how much more is to come? At the 10-year checkpoint, we can see there is a massive explosion of development with Max Dowman. It's now 2034, the player is 24 years old and he's still at Arsenal. He has now become a fully fledged first team player. He has made 106 appearances, scoring 7 goals. But look at those attributes. In the technicals, he now has standouts of passing, technique, whilst he's also improved his first touch, free kick taking, his dribbling and his long shots. In the mentals, anticipation of 16, flair of 17, leadership of 16, off the ball of 17 and vision of 19. In the physicals, this is probably the biggest step forward. 16 for acceleration, 16 for agility, 16 natural fitness, 17 pace, 16 strength and 15 for stamina and balance. The player really has come on leaps and bounds by breaking into Arsenal's first team. The sky really does seem to be the limit for the player now. We're at the age of 24, going 15 years into the future only takes us to 29. So, will he start to peak at 29 or can Max Dowman develop further into the future? The final checkpoint that we arrive at is 15 years into the future. That means it is now 2039. Max Dowman is 29 years old and he's still at Arsenal. He's worked his way from the under-18s to the under-21s to now be a regular first teamer at Arsenal. He has played 268 games, scoring 41 goals by the age of 29. He has also played 59 times for England, scoring 16 goals. Look at the development of this player. Between the ages of 24 and 29, some of these attributes have gone like a rocket. The development is absolutely clear for everybody to see. This kid, if he has this amount of potential and it is realised in real life, could turn out like this simulation. Look at some of these attributes. In the technicals, first touch 16, free kick taking 16, passing of 16, technique of 18. In the mentals, anticipation, composure scoring 16, flair and leadership scoring 17, off the ball 19 and vision of 20. In the physicals, he is now an absolute beast. 16 acceleration, 18 agility, 16 balance, natural fitness of 17, pace of 16 and strength of 16. If this player can develop like this in real life, Arsenal have undoubtedly got themselves a real prospect for the future. He could go on, say it quietly, to become one of the best players in world football if his career follows the trajectory path that this simulation has. There is already comparisons to players like Martin Ødegaard, who was a young Wonderkid himself, who had decisions to make early in his career, chose to go to Real Madrid, didn't get the first team football that he wanted, ended up at Arsenal and has really flourished. Now, if Max Dowman doesn't get first team football and has to go out on loan, maybe he can develop his abilities elsewhere for a while, but he's going to need that push to get into the Arsenal first team, and it seems like they are going to give him that push as he's already around the first team squad in real life at the age of 14 or 15. This player is one that if you can get your hands on at the start of a save, you absolutely need to. Just look at the development that you can get out of this player if you put him into your first team, train him well, and really hone that development to get everything you possibly can out of this player. Go all guns blazing to get Max Dowman at the start of your FM24 save. And make sure in FM26 you are checking early in the game to see if you can get him on loan maybe. Potentially, if he's in the game, you can sign him and develop him into this kind of talent that you see here. Let me know in the comments section, was this what you expected? The hype and the buzz around the player at the moment after some of the clips came out from the FA Cup or FA Youth games is really high in real life. Were you expecting him to hit that high in game as well as in real life? And don't forget, whilst you're there, subscribe to the channel. There is plenty of other content on the channel, plenty more potential wonder kids of Football Manager videos both to come and have already been. For this one though, don't forget to download the Passion 4 FM Next Gen database to get all the players like Max Dowman into your save games. But I'm going to leave this one here. A big thank you for watching. Hopefully I'll see you on another video very soon.